Hey everybody, Matt Hartman here again for Drunkard's Walk. So I'm coming at you at the beginning of this episode to explain a little bit about what you're about to hear. So what we have here is a live episode. That's right, we recorded our very first live episode. It was Saturday, January 21st, 2023 at the Arcade Comedy Theater. So the audio quality is going to be a little different than what you're used to if you've been listening to the show, but hopefully you enjoy us having the audience there and hearing their reactions and all sorts of things like that. There are some visual things that happened. Mr. Dave Forman was controlling the screen that was projected behind us. So if you hear some reactions there, our apologies that you can't see that, but we will be posting the video for this show on our YouTube channel. Yep, that's right. We are going to have a YouTube channel. I know we don't yet, but we will very soon. So go ahead and stay in touch for that. Keep your eyes open. A big thank you to Jesse L.E., as always, for our theme music, Nick Jaramillo for our artwork. A thank you to Arcade Comedy Theater for hosting us, and to Aaron Tarnow for all of the technical magic that he did for this show, for getting it all set up and recording for us, and for the rush that he had to do at the end to clean everything up for the next show that was going on minutes after we ended. Or before we ended, or it's tough to tell. Of course, also a thank you to Katie Tarara, Dave Forman, and Rick Sebak for being our guests during the show as well. And a thank you to you for listening. If you are interested in finding out anything more about Drunkard's Walk, head on over to our link tree. That's linktr.ee/Drunkard's Walk. You can get all of the links to everything you need there. We will be back to you with Season 8 of Drunkard's Walk starting in April. So keep your ears open for that and start sending us your topic suggestions for our destinations, because we'd love to have you on the show. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. Oh, and enjoy the show.
Now, please welcome out to the stage the hosts of Drunkard's Walk and a couple of real sights for sore eyes, Matt Hartman and Jethro Nolan.
Thank you so much. Woo. Thank you for coming. Look at this.
Hi.
Thank you.
Here we are.
Well, hello. Thank you for coming out to see us sit down and talk for an hour.
Really appreciate
This is going to be a very visually stimulating
That's
show.
right. Podcasts are a completely auditory medium.
That's right.
And we're going to do them live on stage.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, you're going to love it, though, because we're going to be progressively drunker thanks to this little fella right here.
That's right.
But we can't do this by ourselves,
No.
as much as I would love to, because I'm an egomaniac, as you will learn if you don't know me already. But we have a number of lovely people here who are going to help us. First of all, the man you've heard from already, Aaron Tarnow in the booth.
Yeah.
Who knows the location and purpose of every wire in this building.
That's
and put together all of this stuff, and will use gaff tapes for things it was never designed for, and hasn't killed anyone yet. So that's...
Well, that we know of.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Let's be clear.
there's gaff tape mummies in the basement,
It might
probably.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. And we also have other guests, don't we?
That's right. Yeah, we absolutely do. Also joining Aaron up there in the booth is none other than one of our Drunkard's Walk superfans, Mr. Dave Forman. Give it up for Dave.
Hello, everybody.
How's it going up there, man?
Wow, it's going so good, so good. So glad to be here. So thank you so much for having me. So excited to be part of this walk. We're going to have a good time.
Wonderful,
Oh,
wonderful.
great. Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent, yeah.
I'm going to have a good time.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
fantastic.
absolutely.
Who else do we have here?
Who else do we have here? Why, we have several other people here. I guess we should introduce them in a particular order, though.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because, well, first of all, I got to find out, before we introduce more people, I got to find out if any of you have ever listened to the Drunkard's Walk podcast before.
All right.
Oh, we have. We do have some fans. Okay, excellent. Good.
And just to balance out, who has no idea what the fuck we're talking about? All right, very good.
Okay, good. Yeah,
Thank you for
there's
raising your
raising
hands
your
for the
hand. That way
audio
we don't
portion
know.
of the podcast.
You can't hear that.
Yeah. I know Aaron scared you about making noise as an audience.
Yeah.
We want an audience to make noise, so just don't
That's
do
right.
anything weird. All
Otherwise,
right.
we just do this at home on our computers like we normally do.
Exactly.
But so just to fill you in, for those of you that aren't aware of what this is and what we do, the whole idea behind this is that there's this mathematical principle called a drunkard's walk, right?
We've got you already with
right?
math.
Yeah, math. And Jethro, you're going to correct me when I get this wrong, but it essentially says that if you start at a particular spot and you proceed forward making random turns at different points, you will eventually wind up back where you started.
That's right. That's
It is?
absolutely correct.
Oh, great. That's the first time I've ever gotten that right. So what we have done is taken that and brought it over to Wikipedia. And what we do is we start on a particular page, and then using just the links on that page, we go to another until we get to a random destination.
Yeah.
And we get those starting points and destinations from our listeners a lot of the time.
And for those of you who are not familiar with the podcast, and if you're like, hey, wait a minute, are you telling me I'm going to sit down for a comedy show that is based off of reading an encyclopedia page? How could that possibly be entertaining? Well, there's two magical ingredients, liquor and arguing, that make it worth our while, and there'll be plenty of both in case this little fella here hasn't tipped our hands.
Yeah, that's right. So it's called a Drunkard's Walk for that reason, but because it's called a Drunkard's Walk, we thought, well, we might as well be drinking while we do it.
Absolutely.
And so we usually do.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to start that now.
I
You tell them more.
What are we having there? What's their
What are we
poison of
having?
choice?
We are having Penelope Bourbon.
All right. And why? Yeah, and why Penelope Bourbon?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is that because it wasn't a destination, but we had the guys who created Penelope Bourbon on as our guests in season, I don't know, Dave, what season was it?
Let me consult the spreadsheet.
No, you're supposed to know.
Yeah, I gotta bring it up.
You're the
Let
historian.
me
You're supposed
correct
to-
your ingenerous pour.
Oh, did I?
There
All right,
we
well,
go.
pour more for me then,
All right,
too.
Well, I don't know if
All
you
right.
can
No,
handle
that's fine.
yourself
I'm good.
there.
I'm good.
All right.
I usually am drinking the barrel strength. This is just the... All right, anyway. We had them on. And also, I have a daughter whose name is Penelope. So when I saw this bourbon, I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen to have a bourbon named after my child. So,
Absolutely. And your child is a drunk.
well...
Yeah, she absolutely...
I mean,
she kicks it
yeah,
back.
that's
There.
true.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you. And
All
cheers
right.
to all of you.
Cheers
If
to you.
anybody's, I don't know if
I
anybody's
hope
drinking,
you're
but
all
cheers
drinking
to you.
things as well. And if not, just run on stage and grab the bottle. Just kidding. That's not...
Yeah, please don't do that.
Yeah. That's for
Especially if you
premium
are drinking, 'cause
subscribers
you're
only.
You probably would. So we do that travel from one page to the other. But normally we have our starting place because it's wherever we ended the week before. Or if it's the first episode of a season, we go back to season 1 and get our kind of our suggestions from there, our topics from there, and then we use those as our starting for a season.
But this is a whole new era in the Drunkard's Walk universe.
Yeah.
We're spinning off an entirely new realm.
That's right.
So we don't have a starting point and we don't have an ending point, and I'm just despondent and driven to drink because there's no possible way that we could get a starting and ending point. What a sad day.
Jethro, here's the thing. We do some improvising.
We do?
Which means that we make stuff up on the spot.
We
But
do.
I decided that rather than have us do that, we should actually plan out and make sure there was someone here to give us a starting point and a destination.
Ooh, you know what they call that in improv?
What do they call it?
Cheating.
Okay.
It's cheating. Any pre-planning or effort exerted
Yeah.
in advance
That's true.
is a kind of theft.
I definitely don't put any effort into my preparation for improv. So
There we go.
But we do have with us tonight another super fan of our podcast, none other than Katie Tarara. Give it up for Katie, everybody. There she is. Come on down, Katie. Join us.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to have a little sip?
Here.
Little drink as well?
You say when.
When that's
Oh, well, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
well,
See?
all right. All right, then. Well,
Oh, well.
All right, then.
If we had known.
It's not called... It's... Yeah. It's
Oh,
not
okay. There you
called
go.
Sober Walk, is it? No, it's Drunkard's Walk.
Yeah, it is
There
called
we
that.
go. Well, welcome, Katie.
Hi guys,
Welcome.
Hi.
I'm so glad to be live with you.
We're delighted
and
to
with
have you
Dave
here.
Forman.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Usually I only see him at the meetings.
It's so
Yeah.
good to see you.
It's
There you
it's a little rough having you both in the same building. I'm concerned if there's some kind of catastrophe, we will have
so-
0 patrons on our Patreon.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
'Cause
I've
there
already
are
created
only
a-
2
I've
patrons
already
right
created
now.
a trust, so don't worry.
All right. Well,
If there
okay.
is a Uranus trust, if there's a crisis here, you
Yeah.
guys also probably would be affected, I would think. And therefore I don't
Oh.
I don't know. I'm going to go out
true.
happy, though. I guarantee that.
Yeah, that's right. So we don't have to worry about it. Well, Katie, we asked you to come out here, and you were so gracious to accept. So we really appreciate you being here to give us a starting point. But before we get that from you, we want to talk a little bit about how we know you and where you're from, things like that. So you're connected to the Arcade Comedy Theater in some other ways. You've performed here before, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I performed in a show, Matt, that you created.
Oh,
called
yeah.
Camp Loose Leaf. That
That's
was like
right.
the beginning of my improv career. Which
That was the beginning. That was your first thing?
Outside of class shows, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And Ben, you also produce shows here. You
I
produce
do now
Bracket
produce
Night.
a show here. I produce a show called Bracket Night, which is every month here at the Arcade Comedy Theater. It's like a comedy game show where there's also debating, and often drinking.
I love two of my favorite things.
But
Yeah.
and Jethro, you were a guest on that show and were great. And Matt is on the list. We've been trying to get him.
And
We're
you,
gonna get
well,
him.
you
It's
have
tough to book me.
You made the mistake.
He's a
You
tough
made
man.
the mistake of leaving a nearly full whiskey bottle near me during that show.
That is
And
what
that
happened. I
that
remember.
condition changed rapidly.
But it was
Oh, I
so
see.
fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, I do.
Any other connections to arcade?
Yeah, I'm very recently, as in like a week ago, now the interim executive director of the Arcade Comedy.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you very much, which is
All
super
right.
fun for me because I like to be in charge of things.
And there's
so
nothing
now I
more
am.
satisfying to run than a
Than a
nonprofit
nonprofit
comedy
comedy
theater.
theater.
It's a gift that keeps on giving, and it just smiles on your face the whole time and never a problem.
It's true.
Those
but
were the days.
In 2023, what year is it? 2023. There's
Yeah.
not that many jobs where you can drink at work anymore.
There you go.
Well, that's kind of
Well,
true, I guess.
yeah,
But
and
this
running
is
this place,
one.
running this place will necessitate it.
A,
So,
a requirement, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Cheers.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I
Thanks.
wish you a long and happy tenure in
Thank
that position. It is a challenging thing to do, and I'm delighted that the arcade is in such great hands.
Thank you, Jethro.
You're
That means
quite
a lot.
welcome. You're quite welcome. You're
And
quite
we
welcome.
are so glad to have you guys here. I think maybe this is like, at least since the COVID, this is maybe only the second time we've had a live podcast here. So I'm very
Oh.
excited with my
Wow.
like executive director hat on. I'm like, let's see how this goes.
All right.
Yeah, all right. So,
Well, you guys get to be
So
the final
welcome
judge.
to
That's it.
the
Yeah.
test.
yeah, you're part of the groundbreaking here, so
That's
you
right.
can make or break this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which means if anybody's phone vibrates, it's over for everyone.
Yeah,
not-
that's
that's
right.
not-
For the
That's
future. No
I
other
love the
podcast.
idea that these microphones, which I have to scream into, are going to pick up somebody's phone vibrating.
Could happen. Could happen.
This is the portion of the podcast where we're just editing 20 minutes of buzzing.
yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
Well,
cool. Excellent.
Katie,
Great.
tell us then,
Yes.
where will we be starting this evening on our Drunkard's Walk?
Well, I'm so excited to get to give the starting point. I was thinking about this, and of course, as an avid listener to the podcast, I know that most guests, very often, not always, but very often, the guests have their connection to you two through one or the other or both through improv comedy. Right?
That is
Obviously, a
often,
big part of your
often
life.
true.
It
Yes.
is the only way I meet people. I have no other social
But it's
skills.
going well.
It's going
You've got
so
a beautiful
great.
family
Oh,
thanks
well,
to
thank you.
improv.
That's right. Improv made a child. It did. I would
Who
not
is
have
a
met-
very talented improviser.
yeah,
Okay.
disturbingly talented as it happens.
I mean, that's what
She's already
happens.
surpassed me, so that's
Oh.
bad. I got to start sabotaging her career.
Yeah. You should
That's
have
what
no problem with
Penelope's
that.
for.
There we go. Yeah.
Penelope Hartman's coming up
Exactly.
behind
Oh
her.
my God! If my daughter and your daughter started a podcast and showed us up and got like thousands of listeners, man, that would piss me off so much.
All
I
right.
love my
I'm
kid.
gonna,
I
I'm
want
gonna
her-
send a quick email
know,
right now.
I love my
Don't
kid.
get
I want her to
comfortable,
succeed.
Sure I don't forget
I
about
just don't
this.
want her to succeed more than me.
Yep,
Right.
yep, yep.
And that's a pretty low bar.
Anything.
I would say that anyway. That feels like a microcosm of the entirety of American generational relationship.
I mean, I've been doing improv.
I want you to do well, but not better than us.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Yep.
yeah. We're
What do you want? A
definitely,
house?
We're on the downward slide of America. I feel
Anyway.
like for a number of reasons. Anyway, but
Yeah.
But my point is, everybody knows you through improv.
Mm-hmm.
But we, the three of us, have something else very important in common:
Oh.
spreadsheets.
yes.
Oh, I see.
We
Yes.
all love spreadsheets.
deep
This
and
show
abiding
is
love
getting
of
better
spread-
and
That's
better.
right.
Can we say four?
If reading an
us?
encyclopedia page
All
doesn't
four of
excite
us.
you.
Dave too. Dave too. All four of us.
Love a spreadsheet.
Yes.
Big VLOOKUP fan.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I tell you,
right?
X lookup is the new index and match,
Oh,
baby.
Watch out.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
This is gonna be
Oh,
great.
I don't love
So,
spreadsheets this much.
All right, back down to three. Three
At
fans. Three fans.
At first, I was going to suggest the father of spreadsheets, Richard Matitich.
Matitich?
Yeah, we all know who that
Richard
is.
Matitich, obviously, the Berkeley math professor who in 1963 theorized the potential of using a computer to build a matrix of formulas.
Please, we
Yeah,
all know
yeah,
who Richard
yeah,
Matitich
no
is.
kidding.
and
We all
what
know
he
who that
said.
is. So I was like, boring.
But that would be too easy.
Yeah,
Too
that
easy.
would be.
But then, as I
well
was
known.
looking around, I discovered there was a killer app invented in 1986 and sunset in like 1992, I think, called, wait for it, Lotus Improv.
Oh.
Wow.
Lotus Improv is a spreadsheet program that was like around the same time as Lotus 123, but more complex and basically used mostly for financial modeling.
Wow.
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 I told you guys, it only gets better.
This is a deep cut here.
As far as I can tell, it's like basically it is a spreadsheet, except it's really designed for like macros and modeling.
There it
There
is.
it is.
There it is.
Right there.
So it seemed appropriate to me once I found that you guys should start your walk with
I had
Lotus
no
Improv.
idea this existed.
Me
Love it.
neither.
That is a
Despite
beautiful
my
thing.
deep knowledge of Richard Madison.
Madison.
Right, yeah.
Who's linked here on the
Madison.
page?
He is
Yeah,
linked.
there you go.
Oh, well, there you go.
Fantastic.
I told you.
Well, that is superb.
This is a great starting place.
The nice thing about this as a starting place is that we don't have to know a goddamn thing about it because we're going to leave
Leave
this
it
page
immediately.
almost immediately
That's right.
and go up to something else. But I will spend a lot of quiet time in my home with like a candle and this this Wikipedia page to learn about my spreadsheet history. And for those of you who have not gotten into a love of spreadsheets, like come in, the water's fine. Like this, you can make numbers do things. It's like programming, but without all the nerdery. Like it's a great way to
Without all the nerdery, really?
well, without a lot of the nerdery.
Without the same nerdery,
Without
I
the
guess.
same
Same
level.
level.
It's a very easy way to get into kind of computery, programming, mathy stuff. And also, there are text operations. You can do a concatenate. You can do a truncate.
Wow.
Come on, there's no limit. Talk to me after the show, and you can join my cult, which is all about spreadsheet worship.
Yeah. I
Pivot
dare
tables will
you.
change your life.
Well, that's wonderful. We have any further questions about
No, I don't
Lotus
think
Improv?
so. This is perfect. Thank you so
Really?
much, Katie.
Katie Sherrod.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Now, one of the things we didn't mention about Dave Forman's job is that Dave is actually on a laptop up there. He's what you're seeing on the screen. So we have our own displays down here that we're going to be going through, but he will be kind of going along with us so that you can see some of the things and you can be maybe thinking, oh, God, why aren't you going after that link? It's so obvious because that's what happens all the time. Should they yell that out if they see that?
You know what? I'm all for expressing your rage whenever you feel it in the most hostile and direct way possible.
That's
so,
pretty true, yeah.
Please, did you just pat him on his knee? Because I'm married and I recognize a wife being like, "That's your thing." When it happens. So, bravo to you, sir, and God bless you, madam, for what you have to endure. I feel like this is going to be a participatory experience. I mean, it can't be total chaos and bedlam because you're not mic'd and we are, and we
Right.
want it to be fun for the listener later. But you feel like we're totally screwing up, and trust me, I feel that way all the time with every decision Matt makes about a link to click on.
Oh, my God.
So it's gonna be a contact sport here.
All right. That sounds good. That sounds like a great
Wonderful.
idea.
Now we've got our starting point.
Right.
Matt,
What?
where are we going?
I don't know, Jethro, but I know who does know.
Who does know?
Well, I'll tell you what, buddy. I was thinking, this is our first live show.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, we should get a name.
Yeah.
We should get somebody big.
Like Jesus?
We should get, I'm thinking bigger than Jesus.
Wow, bigger
Yeah.
than Jesus.
That's what I'm thinking.
Wow, you're going to
Yeah.
get somebody in trouble tonight.
Well, here's the here's the thing, Jethro. I grew up in Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
and I didn't grow up with a religious family. Oh, good. Baphomet's back.
Ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen, put your hands together.
Yeah. Boy, Baphomet had a scheduling conflict. I wasn't able to make it.
We did not get
unfortunately.
Baphomet. Instead,
Yeah.
we did not get Pliny the Elder. I know, folks, if you haven't listened to the podcast, these are very funny jokes.
Oh, yeah.
But
Nothing's funnier
We also
than a
didn't get-
Pliny the Elder
We did
Wikipedia
not get Richard. But who we did get, Jethro,
Yeah.
I can't even believe it. Rick Sebak is here right now. Yeah, he's here tonight.
Yes!
And there he is. Rick,
Amazing!
come on up here, buddy.
Rick Sebak, come on down.
Thank you so much for coming to join us. And I have to tell you, I grew up with Rick's documentaries on WQED. I loved every single one of them, and of course, my favorite as a child was Kennywood Memories.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Right? Yeah, Kennywood Memories. There it is. There's Rick's actual Wikipedia page.
Look at that.
So there you go. He is not just Pittsburgh famous, but Wikipedia famous as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and
I always say when I die, that's what it'll say. Man who made Kennywood Memories dies.
Is that right?
I think so.
Oh wow.
listen,
Don't you
there.
think? That's what if there's a newspaper in Pittsburgh, that's what it will say.
Oh okay.
You better hurry up.
Oh, he's coming out of the gate hot. I love it.
Yeah, throw the heat there.
Rick, thank you so much for joining us on Drunkard Talk. We really appreciate it.
I am totally honored. I am, a recent fan, but I adore the podcast.
Oh, that is so nice of you to say.
I've been walking now for a little over a year. In the mornings, I try to walk 4 miles.
Whoa.
And I've been listening to NPR, but in the last 2 to 3 weeks, I have instead been listening to Drunkard's Walk.
Oh,
wow!
And has it changed your mood at all?
Positively. Good question.
Yeah.
I'm aware of more is like some of them are shorter than others.
Oh yeah. That's definitely true.
And so sometimes
wife
I have to
noticed
stop
that
and
too.
go to 5G because it won't pick up anymore. And
you have to download
that kind
another
of
episode.
things.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry about that. We're doing the best we can.
I think that's beyond your control.
It is a little bit out of our control. It's for sure.
But it is in your control, sir.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you are providing the destination, and you are the one who will set the fate of whether we have an unendurably long walk or a blissfully short walk.
That's kind of true.
It's fun because there's a 9:30 show in this theater.
That's right.
And our track record is not great as far as being concise and brief. So
It's 8:30 now.
there may be an entirely another show that starts on this stage in the middle of our show.
While we are doing this show.
It'll be like a turducken of shows just jammed into each other.
So I'm going to try and expand things because I appreciated that Katie told us, a little bit about how she got to things.
Yeah.
People seem to not do that on the podcast. Like, what else did you consider?
Right.
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
true.
I have been fascinated. Like, what am I gonna offer as the destination?
So what went through your mind?
Wait. I'm sorry. Before we get to that, we do have listeners who are outside of the Pittsburgh area, and they've got to know your glory. We've got to tell them about you.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to talk a little bit about yourself, Rick. Tell us a little bit about like what it is that you do.
I make television documentaries about Pittsburgh, and then because we had some success with that here in Pittsburgh, I've now done 14 national shows for PBS.
Well,
That's
amazing.
awesome.
About what I like to say are...
And again, for people who are listening outside the Pittsburgh area, because we have a huge listenership. I don't want to, we're big.
Yeah, there are 7 people outside of Pittsburgh that listen to this
huge.
podcast.
But Pittsburgh, but Rick is vastly understating his role. He is Pittsburgh nostalgia as a human being, and he is widely beloved. Like just after Mr. Rogers, it's you.
Yeah.
In terms of the absolute love of the people of Pittsburgh have for you and the memories that you stir up for them. So you and indeed also very generous. He's done a number of shows at Arcade over the years, and always incredibly giving and generous with his time. And it's very difficult for me to set aside my native and natural snark and cynicism. But you're a delightful human being, and it is greatly appreciated that you are here sharing your time with us. So
Yeah,
thank you, sir,
I
very
100%
much.
agree.
Absolutely.
100%. Yes.
That does come with a little bit of responsibility, however, and I realized, a Pittsburgh-connected topic would probably be, in character.
On brand.
It would be quite
on
frankly
brand,
shocking if you were like, there's this great place in Cleveland.
Or Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't listen to the podcast, it's been a big secret where Jethro now lives.
That's right.
And I don't know, was it really just by random that you let Detroit out, or was that planned?
Everything is sketched out years in advance.
That's what I think.
This is a finely tuned machine.
Because I knew where you lived before that just by asking someone.
Yeah, it's not exactly Fort Knox.
Okay.
If Matt were more curious, he could have found out.
I could have, but I didn't want to talk to other people.
There you go.
So the very first thing I thought about was one of my favorite Pittsburgh stories that I think people don't know.
Okay.
When Lincoln was shot in the Ford's Theater.
Comedy Gold.
Comedy Gold. No, but I've always enjoyed that Mrs. Lincoln. Other than that, how was the play?
Yeah,
Sure,
exactly.
sure.
Yeah.
That's really, he's shot. He does not die in the theater. He's in the presidential box. Mm-hmm. And instead, they realize they have to get him out of there. And so 4 soldiers who were at the theater that evening, they had walked 5 miles to get there. They had heard that the president would be at the theater that evening, and they wanted to see him. And then all this stuff happens, and they realize that, maybe they might be of help. these 4 soldiers carried Lincoln across the street.
Right.
From Ford's Theater to the house of a tailor, and Lincoln would die there the next morning.
Yeah.
The 4 soldiers who carried Lincoln were all from McKeesport.
What? That's amazing.
I know, and I love that. And I met somebody from Dravosburg in a bar the other day, and I said, hey, you know about those guys that carried Lincoln? He goes, I know exactly where they lived, and, you know, like one on this street, one on this street, and like one's buried in Dravosburg, and the other 3 are buried in McKeesport.
Wow.
But they don't have a page.
Oh, they deserve a page.
We have, there we go. We've got the assassination of Abraham Lincoln up here.
But I also thought Lincoln was so easy to get to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, 'cause you guys are always going to presidents and stuff.
yeah,
so.
presidents are pretty
Then,
quick.
then my next thing,
They're
props.
They're props. Yeah.
they're props. And, well, actually, here, let's see if I'm opening a bag here. And,
Thank you for using a paper bag so that there's sound.
Yeah.
yes.
Appreciate that.
It's very.
Actually, I have 2 paper bags here.
Oh, awesome.
Because I didn't want this clinking too much.
Wow.
It's amazing Foley work.
So,
The suspension is killing me.
all right, I'm going to go off mic for just 1 second.
All right. All right. So what the listener can't see is Rick is disrobing entirely.
Yeah, and he's putting,
And no.
he's throwing his clothes into the audience.
He has an entire map of Kennywood tattooed onto his back. All right. So
That's
we
where
have
the log jam was from.
the Pau Tunzium shot glass.
Yeah.
And
then
2 unbranded
two square,
shot glasses.
2 square shot
Yeah.
glasses.
All right. And that looks bottle shaped.
Oh my goodness.
So it's
That's
a
my
drunkard's
favorite
walk.
shape. Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't know if you guys, because I mean, I've listened to what you say you drink each episode.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if you knew Super Punch.
Well,
Super punch.
I got a feeling we're about to get to know it.
I now play records in a bar in Squirrel Hill, the independent brewing company, every Wednesday evening. And my pay is dinner, and then we have a nice nightcap. And one night, the guy
nice.
said, oh, let's have Super Punch for our nightcap.
Okay.
Delightful.
And this is an Italian Amaro, and Amaro means bitter, but it's really sweet. And it is made by a company called Yanamico, and some people think that's just another name for Super Punch, but apparently Punch is an Italian sort of Amaro, and this is Super Punch. It comes from the Abruzzi region of Italy, and it is imported only to Pittsburgh.
Wow.
And
Only to Pittsburgh.
some people call it Pittsburgh Jägermeister, and I hate Jägermeister.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand that.
But I love Super Punch.
Wonderful.
So it's sweet, and it has sort of, I don't know what you might call pigeon English on the bottle.
Yeah.
You know, it says a really unique liqueur of its kind. It's as misspelled. You can enjoy it straight or as an aperitif with ice and soda. It's refreshing.
Nice.
No
refreshing.
G.
Yeah.
Moreover, it is unequaled in flavor, spelled like a British flavor,
Sure.
when combined with ice cream when sprinkled on.
Oh,
No period.
Delightful.
sure.
All right. Well, let's get loaded up here.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah. Pour it right on my computer.
right
if you
over.
can.
Well, then it
All
goes
right, there we
into
go,
the
there you
computer
go,
and
there you go.
we'll get straight there. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's like syrupy almost.
Yes, it is syrupy, but I've also been trying to lose some weight, and I realized I care more about the food than the drink. But I make a fruit salad most mornings, and I put this on my fruit salad every morning.
Oh wow. All right.
Cheers.
Super
Cheers.
punch.
Cheers.
There you go. Cheers.
L'chaim.
Cheers. Let's
All
try
right.
it out. Now, do you shoot it or sip it?
I sip it.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's what I was about to do.
I think
I
think
saw
there
it.
are no
No,
rules
I
with
was
Super
gonna
Punch.
definitely make this last a good long time.
So
That has. Ooh, that's nice.
it's like 80
that is
proof.
nice.
It's,
I like.
I love it.
Daddy
Wow.
like.
So-
what is that? I don't even.
Super
what is that
Punch
flavor.
Yanamico.
It's fruity.
It tastes like the best
No.
the best cough
Yeah.
syrup in the world.
Yeah.
It's like the cough syrup that you
Yeah,
have that
that might
like,
be right.
ooh, I want to be sick.
Yes.
Because then you get to have more of this. That's fantastic.
So it doesn't have a page.
Oh, come on.
Oh my
I
god.
thought for sure this was it.
Oh, you know what does have a page, Rick? Heroin. You have any heroin?
Jethro,
if you don't,
no,
Liberty
Jethro,
Avenue's right
no,
outside.
Jethro, we're not going to heroin again. It was all of season 3.
It never treats you bad.
So I did think about Black Russian. I don't know if you know that the Black Russian was created in a bar in Luxembourg. Not in Luxembourg, I'm sorry, in Belgium, for the woman who was our essentially ambassador to Luxembourg in the 1930s, Pearl Mesta.
We all know Pearl Mesta. Yeah.
Mesta Machine Company and
Yeah, yeah,
Homestead.
oh, yeah.
But
Okay.
she was the hostess with the mostest. Irving Berlin wrote this whole musical for her, Call Me Madam. It was a movie and a musical. She was known as the hostess with the mostest. She is buried in Squirrel Hill. So I just thought that was good, but I decided it was too easy to get there.
Oh,
Especially when you're on a drunkard's walk.
my gosh. Okay.
We're 40 minutes in. We don't know where the hell we're going.
All right.
That'll be all right.
All right.
It's gonna be
I
all
also
right.
thought about a St. Paul sandwich by going to my page and seeing, I wonder if I could find something weird. And I thought, I'm going to go with the St. Paul sandwich, which is egg foo young on white bread,
Oh, okay.
only sold in St. Louis.
Okay.
What?
Yes. It's in my show, Sandwiches That You Will Like, which I then, because you reposted at the end of season 7, or maybe at the beginning of season 7, you reposted a couple things.
Yeah.
It included beef on weck.
Nice.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Beef on
They did
Weck.
beef on weck. How did they get out of beef on weck on their way to heat death of the universe?
Yeah.
Do you remember how you got out of
through the
beef on
gastrointestinal
weck?
tract?
How did we get out of beef on weck?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't remember.
How do
You
we
got out of beef on weck by going to PBS. It said the name of my show, and they didn't even acknowledge it.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It says beef on weck also featured in the PBS program Sandwiches That You Will Like.
Right.
And
Right.
That was
we saw that. We just
that
felt
was a
that
big-
at the time, if we brought it up too much, the people would. And there's this stuff is great.
That's
This
really
soup
good.
is
It's really good, isn't it?
so good.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, thank you for this.
Who remembers
All right.
what we were talking about
I
before?
don't know.
I also thought about the Squirrel Hill tunnels because
Oh God.
I have a close relationship with the Squirrel Hill tunnels. I was born the day they opened,
Oh, wow.
which is, I mean, my mom has passed away, but it's kind of a nice birth image coming through the tunnel.
I don't think
I
your
will
your
never
mom would be
drive-
flattered by that.
I'll never drive through there the same way again. That's
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's
But
good.
this is a big year. On June 5th, we will both turn 70.
oh wow.
Okay? But I decided, no, it's too easy to get there. And even though you guys don't like geographic things, I then thought about, because I was reminded about Cal Breath Perry Rogers, who was a Pittsburgher, 6'4". He was deaf. He was the first man to fly across the United States from New York to California. When he landed in Pasadena, I think about 50 days after he started, he crashed 70 times. He was met by 50,000 people.
Whoa.
So he flew across, but not in one go.
He actually followed the train track because that seemed logical. It was 1912. He bought his airplane from the Wright brothers.
Wow.
So that was interesting. But that then
The
reminded...
first airplane.
Well, it's not the first airplane, but
Probably
an
not the
early...
first.
No, but I mean his first because he crashed 50 times.
Oh,
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And he followed with a train that had more parts in it. Anyway, that led me to another memory of a great Pittsburgh connection.
All right.
Okay.
And that is the destination
I
tonight.
can't.
Okay. Yeah. I can. First of all, thank you for putting so much thought into this.
Yeah.
Because most of the people that come on are just like, I don't know, what's something weird? I'll just say a weird thing. You clearly have given this a lot of thought, and we appreciate that.
Yeah,
So I
and if
just
you're
thought-
listening as a podcast, then come back next week when we release the second half of this episode, which is the actual walk itself.
All right. So your destination is Douglas, Corrigan.
Douglas Corrigan.
Douglas
I know
Corrigan.
nothing about Douglas Corrigan. Educate me.
I hoped you wouldn't.
Well, you scored there, my friend.
But I thought he could be a patron saint for this podcast
Okay.
because he was known as Wrong Way Corrigan.
Oh.
That sounds somewhat familiar.
Yes. Now, he was an early aviator.
Okay.
He was born in Texas. He grew up in California. He became an airplane mechanic. And he eventually would buy himself but I don't want to get too far away from the fact that his mother was from Tarentum.
Okay.
All right.
But he was not?
He was not. He was born in Texas.
In Texas,
and then
right,
moved
right,
to
sorry.
but she's with him. His real name is Clyde Corrigan, named after his father. But his mother always called him Douglas because she thought he was a little bit like Douglas Fairbanks.
Oh,
And as an
okay.
adult, he adopted the name Douglas. But everyone knows him as Wrong Way Corrigan. If you Google Wrong Way Corrigan, because in 1938 he had bought a plane, I think in 35, and sort of hobbled it together. It was a sort of homemade. He replaced the engine. It was, a jalopy.
Okay.
He flew from California to Long Island and requested permission to fly across the Atlantic in his homemade plane.
Wow.
And was denied.
By whom? Neptune?
No, by the Federal Bureau of Aeronautic Safety or something like that.
Okay.
He had to get permission to do that.
Wow.
Amelia Earhart had done it. She had passed away the year before, I think, in 37. Or disappeared.
Yeah.
So this is.
She could still be with us. Amelia, if you're out there listening to this podcast, send us an email.
Super
All
fan on our Patreon.
38. He wants to fly across the Atlantic. He requests permission and is denied because of the condition of his plane. And he said, well, then I got to go back to California. Can I have permission to fly back to California? They said yes. The day that he took off, everyone was paying attention to another pilot who was going to start a round-the-world cruise, Howard Hughes. And he took off. It was a foggy day. They told him he should fly east beyond the fog and then turn around and head west.
Oh, boy.
But he only had a compass, and he must have been reading it the wrong way, and the next thing he knew, he was in Ireland.
So he got in trouble?
At first, he didn't have a passport. And so there was a call to the American embassy. But there's lots of complications. But he said, I don't know what happened. I think I read my compass wrong. That's my story.
Clearly.
His autobiography is called That's My Story.
Nice.
He never admitted that he did it on purpose.
Very cool.
And the American public loved him. There were 1 million people at his ticker tape parade when he got back to New York City, more than had been there for Lindbergh.
Wow.
Wow.
Very nice.
And his Pittsburgh connection, other than the fact that his mother's from Tarentum, is that if you go out Route 88 to South Park, when you get to that big 5-way intersection at the entrance to South Park,
Oh, the
Route
one with the
88
gecko right there?
Route 88 goes off to the
Yes.
right, and South Park Road is perpendicular. And if you go straight into the park, you are on Corrigan Drive,
Nice.
named for Wrong Way Corrigan. It had been called Catfish Run, but in 1938, when he was doing a round-the-country tour, everyone loved him. And in 1939, a movie was made about him called The Flying Irishman.
Very nice.
So I hope that's enough information.
That is
wonderful.
awesome.
Rick Sebak,
Thank you,
everybody.
Rick. Holy cow.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
That was so...
Oh my God! I will say
cow.
to any potential future guests for our podcast, like bringing a bottle of liquor like that is a class move.
It's classy.
Yeah, it really is.
classy.
In fact, Katie, I'm a little disappointed that you didn't bring a
seriously.
bottle of hooch.
Deal.
I offered you whiskey, and Matt Hartman told me it wasn't good enough.
Oh, what?
Wait a minute. I don't remember it being offered. I just remember you
whoa.
saying you had it upstairs.
Now Rick is
I don't
storming
remember
out.
it being
Rick,
offered to
Rick
us.
realized he forgot his shot, so he's coming around. There you go. Priority, sir. Wonderful. Thank you. Cheers. Oh, you want more?
Do you want any of this, Rick? You're welcome to have some of this, too. Okay.
Say when? All right, there you go. Thank you, sir.
Just step up back to the bar
Yeah,
and order up
absolutely.
when you're ready.
Whew. That is Wrong Way Corrigan. Now,
Wrong Way Corrigan.
Have you heard of Wrong Way Corrigan previously?
I have not. I don't even really go down to South Park that often, so I didn't know about Corrigan Drive. Is that a one-way street?
It is
by
sadly
chance?
not. It is huge.
Oh, that's
it's
a
two-way
shame.
street.
Because it feels like they
That-
missed a huge opportunity there.
Oh, man, I tell you what, there would have been like 3 people laughing their asses
yeah,
off
I know.
on the way to the South Park dog park. Like, aviation reference.
We're going the wrong way on purpose, guys. Check it out.
On top of this, and the Amelia Earhart Drive has a dead end. It's incredible. Too soon? Too
I
soon?
think that's too soon.
Too soon? All right.
I think
sorry.
you should have just said that a lot of people get lost there.
Oh, gotcha.
That would have been better.
Yeah, that's
No?
much
All right.
funnier.
Hey,
All
let's
right.
go.
All right, we have 9 minutes left in our show. We got to get going. All right, Lotus
All right, let's do it.
Improv is where we're starting. I love a good spreadsheet. So just off the top of my head, Matt, I'm thinking like Howard Hughes was mentioned.
Yep.
Huge in the history of aviation. I feel
Yep.
like a history of aviation type thing is a likely place to go.
Sure.
Starting with a tech thing gets us to a lot of small-dicked millionaires and billionaires who are building space companies.
Jethro, there's just one more thing. Sorry.
What's
I
one
know
more
that you want to
thing?
start on this walk, and
Oh,
I do
yeah.
too.
Okay.
But we have to make our predictions.
Oh, do we now?
Yeah. See,
Okay.
because we always predict about how many links it's going to take us to get
Oh my God.
there.
We do have to
and,
do that.
And we see which one of us gets the closest.
Yeah.
So Jethro, that's what we need to do right now.
Oh,
and
right.
what we need to do is actually, do you have a phone with you?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I can type in the spreadsheet in the secret
Can you
spots.
type? Okay, type it in the spreadsheet. I won't look. I'm gonna text my guess up to Dave Forman so that he can have both of our guesses and then reveal them at the end. And I have texted mine. Hopefully he got
don't
it.
look at my
I'm not
screen.
I can't not see your screen.
Well,
right.
just look at the porn parts of it.
Did you put it into a secret special?
I did. It's in a secret part of the spreadsheet labeled
a
my
lot of
prediction.
porn.
Yeah. Well, I got taste. As soon as he said,
Why do you have 4 different things going at the same time? It doesn't even make sense.
Listen, well, Rick mentioned a St. Paul sandwich, and
You were like,
that took me down.
I remember
I
that.
heard it as a different
Yeah,
thing.
sure,
so,
I understand.
We'll just leave it at that.
all right. So we are on. So we're starting here at Lotus Improv, and we are headed. I think you're right. I think aviation. I think flight. I think something having to do with flying. Is there anything on this page that already has to do with an aviator, perhaps, or perhaps somebody who invented something that who are all those people that go into space now?
Astronauts.
No. Amazon and Tesla, and they all go
yeah,
into space, right?
Bezos and SpaceX.
Yeah.
And Virgin
So-
Galactic.
So maybe there's something there. Maybe
I'm
there's
pretty sure. I feared the concept of getting on a spaceship that's run by spreadsheets.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm saying
I hope they
there
have
might be a
proper
connection.
database.
That's all I'm
So,
saying.
yeah, no,
Oh,
no.
Sun Microsystems. The sun is in the sky. That's where we fly.
Boy, you're
maybe
reaching.
sun is the way to go.
You are really reaching there, my
Well,
friend.
I'm just saying it's a possibility.
They do have a link to where was it? So Steve
don't know.
Jobs is listed here.
Steve Jobs. Yeah, I saw that.
And but that's not who I was looking for. I was looking for Morgan Stanley. Will get us to like J.P. Morgan and like the industrial age, the invention of flight, that kind of thing.
Oh, really?
That's where I'm going.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting. That's an interesting idea. I don't like it.
I'm a very. Well, you never do like my.
but it's an
brilliant
interesting
ideas.
idea.
What's your shitty idea?
Well, I don't know. I was thinking. So Windows 3.1 is linked on here.
oh boy.
Now, I don't know if you remember or not, but there used to be this great screensaver for Windows called After Dark. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For
And
those of you under 60, a screensaver is when the technology was so bad they had to change the screen, or you'd have a permanent image of your desktop.
It had these flying toasters, and so I'm thinking, flying
wow.
toasters?
Yeah, that is.
What do you think about that?
That is. It is quite frankly embarrassing that is how your brain works. That you legitimately
Maybe
think
for you,
that
but I'm
flying
stupid enough to
that
realize.
flying toasters.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what?
Yeah.
That's got aeronautics in it.
It is.
You might as well have like brave little toaster and like, oh yeah,
That's not a bad idea. There's a vacuum cleaner in that.
Yeah, well, just
Listen,
like that, your idea sucks.
Lighthouse design is on here as well. Now I understand that you're going to poo-poo this immediately, but lighthouse
You're
design would take us into something where we could get into a disambiguation of lighthouse, which is equated with navigation and trying to avoid disasters of
Yeah,
some kind.
so the fun thing about lighthouses is that they tend to point out things on the land. And air travel, famously, not on the land.
Well, it starts on the land, and if you recall, he took off in fog, which is one of the main reasons lighthouses exist.
Oh, there you go.
What do you think about that?
Ironclad logic.
All right, you don't
All
like
right,
it.
so you like lighthouse design?
I'm
But
just
that's going
saying-
to be a couple extra. I'm seriously, Morgan Stanley's the way to go.
All right, I think that I want to say that I think that you're wrong, but unfortunately, you're always right. So I'm going to go with you because I want to get to where we're going.
All right.
So where is Morgan Stanley?
So if you go under history section, under
History.
background, the second paragraph near the end of it,
Yeah.
when Ben Rosen of Morgan Stanley saw the program, he wrote that VisiCalc might be the software tail that wagged the computer industry dog. In that exact tone.
It's not
There you
on
go.
the screen for some reason. It's under history, Dave.
Oh, is Dave Foreman like 3 clicks
I'm
ahead of us?
sorry.
Is he already
Are we-
there?
Oh yeah, no, I'll go there. But
Did
this
you find
code
something
name-
better?
You want to go to code?
name is on the page.
You want to go to code name instead?
Wrong way.
Wrong-
Organ.
Wrong way's a nickname, not a code name.
It's his call sign.
He's not wrong.
This is aviated by nickname.
You want to go to code name?
Maybe
Why?
because I like Dave and I think he's got good ideas.
All right,
Listen-
forget it. We'll go to Morgan State.
Ah, shit.
Dave, I love you like a brother, but
Fine, Morgan Stanley. Go to Morgan
all
Stanley.
right, there it is, Morgan Stanley.
All right.
All
An
right.
American multinational investment management.
Woohoo! That's right. J.P. Morgan, grandson of J.P. Morgan, who is linked here, who gets us to the Industrial Revolution.
So you just want to jump straight into J.P. Morgan is linked here? Where do you see J.P. Morgan?
The original Morgan Stanley, formed by J.P. Morgan Co. and partners, Henry Sturgis Morgan, a grandson of J.P.
J.P.
Morgan,
I
which
see
is
it.
a
I see
clickable
it.
link.
Okay.
We
You want to
should-
check real first quick? You wanna check
Yeah,
real
we
quick
should do it real
first
first
and
quick
see-
for a wrong way.
and see if there's-
Man, two different kind of liquors right at the top of the show.
Well, I don't know what to say about that.
Shabba.
General Motors is on here. I understand that you probably don't think that they invented any planes, but they may have.
No, I mean General Motors is a big airplane engine manufacturer. Is it, or am I thinking
Oh.
of General Electric? Anybody in the audience know? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, no.
you're thinking of
okay.
GE.
Yeah. All right, GE. It's a consensus of the
Oh.
audience that GE is the correct
There's a
link.
link on here that we could go to that I don't want to go to.
What is it?
I don't want to even say it.
Oh, say it now. You've only enticed me.
The September 11th attacks. Are
Oh,
I know. I don't.
Wow.
Think I don't want to go
wow.
to it. I don't want to go
wow.
Sorry, we don't have the slide.
Wow.
whistle,
to it. But it is on here.
effect.
And I was giving Sebak shit about bringing up the Lincoln assassination.
Yeah, I know.
All right, yeah, that's a hard pass on that.
All right, that's fine. But it is there.
All right, good to know.
If you put your emotions aside
Oh yeah. All right. For any of you,
or your humanity,
yeah, any of you people who are strictly into the fastest and not enjoying the podcast at all,
that's what we should.
yeah,
Definitely
go to the
focus on.
Drunkards Walk, the saddest podcast in the world.
No,
All right.
there's got to be sadder ones than us.
All
I assume
Notable alumni of J.P. Morgan.
Yeah, this is a huge page.
It is huge.
Which I'm not super surprised by. I mean, J.P. Morgan's not J.P. Morgan. Morgan Stanley's a huge company. I actually had a friend whose dad worked for J.P. Morgan or for Morgan Stanley.
Did you know?
Yep, he was on the podcast.
Was he?
One of our guests in season 7.
Look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
And we're not rich.
Nope.
How did that happen?
Well, he is. So I guess that's.
God bless.
I guess that's all
I
there's
feel
to
like J.P. Morgan's the way to go.
You would think so? You don't see anything else on here that's worth
Pierpont Morgan.
going through?
No, I don't.
Like there's no sort of capital investment firm that looks like a good idea to you. Fortune 500. How about Fortune 500? Fortune 500 is going to get us into like airlines.
All right, if you want to go
No?
there. If you want to go there. No, why did you say no? I said yes.
you-
I
oh.
literally said all right.
You think it's better than JP Morgan? Yeah, let's do it.
Where's the Fortune 500 link here?
It's right up at the top. It's in the very first paragraph. It's on Morgan Stanley ranked number 61 in the 2021 Fortune 500
Now,
list.
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
As I refill my completely unnecessary drink.
Go ahead.
Do you think Fortune 500 is going to have a list of the Fortune 500?
Wow. What an interesting question. Yes.
And also, do you know how bad airlines are doing?
Are
there any left? Are there any profitable airlines?
I mean, Southwest was.
Oh,
never
no.
mind. No, yeah,
Ooh,
not
we
anymore.
Still have half our
Yeah.
audience is stranded trying to get back
Yeah,
to
I know. That's
Phoenix.
That's actually we sold all those seats, and
there we
they're all
go. There we go.
they're not here. All right, you want to go? Let's just go to J.P. Morgan. I'm
You
tired
gave
of
up
fighting
so
with you.
quickly.
Yeah, I know.
I was on board. All right.
No,
you've
you
already
weren't.
clicked. You've moved
You
on.
were arguing it. You were probably right.
All right.
I hate
J.P.
you. I hate
Morgan
when you're right. So
was an American financier and investment banker who dominated corporate finance on Wall Street through the Gilded Age.
the Gilded Age.
The Gilded Age. Ooh, General Electric is linked here.
General Electric
as
is linked.
U.S. Steel.
Yes.
Ooh,
And there's a
very
lot of steel
exciting.
in planes. Bank of England. That's where he eventually flew. Well, Ireland, but it's close to England.
It really is.
Near. It's near.
My
it's
apologies
across
to
the,
all of our British listeners.
What?
Including
It is near
Matt's
England.
wife.
Wait. Ireland is near
Ireland
England.
and England are two very different places, and they should not be equated.
No, wait a minute. I didn't say what. What do you mean very different? They are near each other.
Okay, whatever.
One of them is part of the UK.
Oh, when he's not desiring to go to the 9/11 Wikipedia page, he's arguing about how identical Ireland and England are.
I didn't say they were identical.
I'm pretty sure
All right,
that's
you're
what.
putting
Rewind
words
the
No,
tape.
you're putting words in my mouth. Don't rewind the tape.
All right.
But you're still putting words in my mouth.
That's my favorite thing. What do you pointing at, Katie?
Dave's just showing us how the
All right. Oh, look
Showing
at that.
how what are different. Oh,
Ireland and England different.
I know that they're different, Dave. I didn't say they were the same. Just said they were near each other,
All right.
geographically near each other.
All right.
Which we never go through geography, I
Nikola
get it.
Tesla's Wardenclyffe Station.
Mm-hmm.
So Nikola Tesla is linked here. He was an inventor.
Yeah, I see wireless power transmission as well.
I love it.
The Panic of 1893.
Oh, that's one of my favorite panics.
I'm trying to remember what year were we talking about? This is in the 30s, right?
This is in the 30s, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Andrew Carnegie's on here.
Is he now?
There's our Pittsburgh connection.
There you go. Ha ha.
Yeah, Bethlehem Steel.
All right. There's our Bethlehem connection.
There it is. Well done.
The Tennessee Coal, Iron, and Railroad Company, which my grandfather used to work for.
Oh, is that right?
That's right.
Yeah. Well,
Before-
if people listen to the podcast, they would have already known that, I think.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
I mention it incessantly.
You talk about it all the time.
When-
Almost as much as keto.
When he all right. Well, okay. Sorry.
Almost.
Sorry for
there's
having
a lot.
hobby.
There's a lot. Hobby. There's mention of railroad on here. There's mention of the Titanic on here. There's all kinds of transportation except
Airplanes.
for air travel of any kind, which kind of makes sense.
General Electric is listed there, and GE. I don't know if you know
They
this.
bring good things to
They bring
life.
good things
Yeah,
to life.
I've heard
and one of
that,
the things
yeah.
that they bring to life is like airplane engines, as affirmed by our audience earlier. They remember how they were all like shouting about GE and how great it was.
No, but I do remember us mentioning GE, so
yeah.
that's probably
so I
what
feel
you
like
mean.
GE. You wanted to go through Fortune 500 though, but GE makes airplane engines. It's a way to get to aviation.
I'm sorry. Are we sure that they make airplane engines?
100%.
Oh, okay.
They
All
get
right.
it.
There's a couple.
Somebody's read
there's a
Jack
couple.
Welch's biography and remember when you know it. God, you're such a business nerd. There was a whole thing in there about there was this guy who was like, we could give these engines away for free if we just got the money off of the maintenance contracts.
Wow.
Which gives you an idea of how shitty those engines are. And they flew him, and they were like, that's a good idea. You're talking to Jack Welch tomorrow. And that's how business happens. And then the company went terribly bankrupt.
This is a great story.
It is.
I love it from the beginning to the end.
Well, I'm no Rick Sebak.
I'm not going to argue that.
I make documentaries about shit Pittsburgh would rather forget.
Fair enough.
Every embarrassing and horrible thing that Pittsburgh has ever done, I'm like, hey, remember the great
Where's this going?
Daycare murders of 1952.
Okay. Wow. You did take it to a dark place.
Calm down. They killed adults in a daycare. The children were the murderers, all right?
You're right. That's way better. You got us. You totally got us.
All right.
All right. So you think General Electric's the way to go?
I think General Electric is the way to go.
All right. Well, I see Western Union on here.
Do you now?
And I'll bet you Western Union now has an air delivery, air freight delivery type of thing.
What does Western Union deliver? Isn't there
Letters?
Do they?
Packages?
Are you thinking of
Horses?
FedEx?
No, Western Union.
They
used to do the Pony Express.
They wire money. Yeah, they did. They wire money.
Yeah.
And they send a telegram to congratulate you. Stop.
Okay.
On the birth of your baby. Stop.
Okay. I see what you're trying to do, and I get it, and I will.
Now. All right.
So GE?
GE, they bring good things to life. So
All
under
right.
the JP, right at the top there.
Right at the top, second paragraph,
General Electric, let's do it.
General Electric.
It is a multinational conglomerate.
Oh, I see
What?
aviation right
Do
at the
you
very
know?
top.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Aviation. All right.
Which takes us to GE Aviation. So,
well, let's.
I mean, that's certainly a way to go, but maybe there's something better.
Let's scroll down and see what's
I
there.
see a link to aircraft engine.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Specifically.
That's very exciting.
Well done, all of you that know things that I don't know.
Bravo to
Which is all
knowledge.
of you, by the way.
Hooray for wisdom.
I see Lynn, Massachusetts on here.
Ooh, why
That's
is that important?
That's a place I've heard of.
Ooh, places can be fun.
What do you want from me? I drank Super Punch.
I know. That is some good
What's in
shit.
this
Wow.
stuff?
Here's a very depressing graph of the GE stock price. It has not fared well in recent years.
There's some experimental television stations talked about on here.
All right. NBC, yeah.
Not NBC. Well, these are specifics. Like WRGB is on here and WRVE.
My most emotional connection to
But
GE,
NBC is on here, yes.
My most emotional connection to GE is the Alec Baldwin character from 30 Rock.
Sure.
where he was like also in charge of microwave ovens that delivered 3 kinds of heat.
Yeah. I do remember that.
All right.
So aviation in general is just linked on here, and that's going to be my vote right now.
And where
just
is that
aviation.
link, my friend?
It is under power generation. The last sentence of the first paragraph, GE Aviation, but just aviation is linked, then emerged as one of the world's largest engine manufacturers, bypassing the British company Rolls-Royce.
Aviation's the way to go, baby. Aviation.
I think aviation might be it. You want to do it?
I do it.
You already clicked on it, so I guess we're doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're all, okay, good.
Listen.
Thank you. I like that. I like having some support.
Finally agreeing with one of your ideas.
I know,
You
it's
should
crazy.
Pop champagne,
I
because we
just-
don't have enough to drink
I
on
just
this.
saw it before
table.
you. That's it. So this he could be on this page.
He could be.
This could be it.
There is a link to History of Aviation.
There is.
There is a beautiful image on the right-hand side, part of a series on transport where they have a Wright Brothers flyer,
Yeah.
a dog sled, a dirigible, a prairie schooner. Oh,
Wow.
my God.
Keep going.
A camel.
Okay. Wait.
A horseless carriage.
I think
Horse carriage.
maybe you're looking at the wrong thing now. Did you click on something?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I'm looking at the image at the top.
Oh, I see.
I'm fascinated by image. I like shiny objects. What can I say?
Well.
Ooh,
Lynn,
they have a whole
Massachusetts.
section called Heavier Than Air.
They do. Yeah.
As opposed,
check
they
that
have a
one out,
section
see if
called
it-
Lighter Than Air.
They do have that too.
Where you'll
It's-
notice
this
the
is aviation in
Montgolfier
general.
brothers are appropriately credited. Ha ha ha.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
They invented the balloon, as featured in an early Monty Python and the Flying Circus.
Oh, I see.
That's
They
the
invented
only
a
way I know about.
Wait,
So now the Wright brothers are here.
they are.
Now, forgive me because I've had quite a bit to drink.
Okay.
But Rick mentioned that the Wright brothers sold a plane to somebody, but that was the guy who flew west and landed in Pasadena after crashing 50 times, right? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Galpath
Well,
Prairie Rod.
So
yeah.
he's not our destination, so
Right,
screw that.
so don't
All
go
right,
to
so
him.
don't go through the Wright
Nope.
brothers then.
Don't go through the Wright brothers.
All right. The Wright brothers did a lot of cool stuff.
They did.
Charles Lindbergh.
Yes, indeed.
Charles Kingford Smith.
Yes.
Transatlantic flight of Alcock and Brown.
Uh-huh.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I feel like the transatlantic flight of Alcock and Brown,
Yep.
who we all remember, right? I mean, who of us has not, after finishing a wondrous love-making session with our partner of choice, said, baby, that was better than the transatlantic flight of Alcock and Brown?
Wait,
but-
raise your hands if you've never said that.
Not a
No,
single
not a hand
hand
up. There you go.
has
So,
gone up.
There you go. You're right.
Although the dubious sexual interpretation of Alcock and Brown,
yeah.
best left to the imagination.
Very inappropriate
but
at this point.
It was a transatlantic flight, which is what
was.
Wrong Way Corrigan did. So
You're
if
right.
we were to get to the history of transatlantic flight,
Yes.
that might be the right way to get to Wrong Way.
Oh, hey.
We all equally appreciated that wordplay, did we not? Thank
Yikes.
you, single person
Stop
clapping.
applauding, one person.
That's all right. I don't need encouragement. I would do it anyway.
Absolutely the case. I was hoping there was just like a history of like flight on here, which there doesn't really say. I mean, this kind of is what this
yeah,
is.
but we got to get that. We got to squeeze it down.
Timeline of aviation is on here
What?
too.
Is it one of the forbidden links at the bottom?
No, for a chronological guide, see timeline of aviation. It says,
All
or
right.
history of aviation, main article.
Ooh.
So there you
What do
go.
you like, timeline or history, folks? History. Ooh,
History?
it's anonymous. All
Okay,
right.
people
Where
like
is
history.
of aviation?
It is right under history, which is one of the heading titles here.
Okay.
And then right underneath it, it says main article, history of aviation.
There we go.
You think that's
yeah,
the way to go?
I mean, as endearing and lovely as the Wrong Way Corrigan story is.
Yeah, you don't think it's going to be on there?
Well, it's like it
There were
wasn't
1 million people at his ticker tape parade.
because he's
a
a
million
badass.
people.
He's if we want to go to history of parades, he might be there. But
That's not linked on here,
Listen.
unfortunately.
listen,
Yeah.
he wasn't the first to go transatlantic.
No,
He
but
wanted to do it.
But he did it in such a way. He was incredibly popular at the time. Those people may have created a Wikipedia article and a link for him in here.
Also, Wrong Way Corrigan is a bit of a misnomer because that would be great. Like if he flew the plane in reverse
Yeah.
and had to have like his arm looking back, like he's reversing over the Atlantic.
You don't know that he
would've been
didn't do it that
awesome.
way?
I do too.
Okay.
All right, history of aviation. Is that where we're going?
I think that's the way to go.
I love it. Here we are.
All right,
History of aviation. The Wright military flyer. The discovery of hydrogen gas. Experiments with gliders provided the groundwork.
You skipped right over Leonardo da Vinci.
Did I now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have we learned nothing from Rick Sebak talking to us? Don't skip over stuff. We might talk to the person whose stuff we skip over.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
What if Leonardo da Vinci comes on our show?
I'm going to feel
and
like
is like,
such
well, I
an
was
asshole.
right there.
Sorry, Mr. Da Vinci.
It feels like we should pay attention to things.
By the way,
Icarus is on here.
Oh, well, his flight didn't end too well either. Yeah, there we go.
Wrong way Icarus. That's what they used to call
Ferdinand
him.
von Zeppelin.
It was a long time ago.
Oh, my God. The Zeppelin is named after a guy named Ferdinand von Zeppelin?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Herr Zeppelin.
I just learned that now,
Well,
and I love it.
and now you can keep it with you forever, and so can all of you. Let's not forget, we're not just entertainers, we're educators.
Oh, that's right. In the worst classroom in history.
Yes, indeed.
If you want a classroom where your teachers get drunk and you don't learn anything useful,
Go to North
this
Hills.
is the classroom for
Oh,
you.
goose.
Oh.
Sorry.
Ooh.
That's
some
That's a
North
regional
Allegheny
reference.
shade.
Yeah,
there.
take that,
That
North
is.
Hills.
All right.
Um,
Emmanuel Swedenborg is listed here.
You found him.
I did. He was the guy who believed in angels, and he founded the cult that our other guest, Mercy Odner, used to belong to.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a lot of former cult people on our podcast. If any of you are getting out of a cult other than improv, which is its own kind of thing,
Kind of cultish.
yeah,
it's true.
talk us up here.
Has he? Did he find the Hazarat angel? Because that's a tough one to find. No one finds the Hazarat angel on Wikipedia.
All right, I'm here in the 1800s. I want to fast forward.
You're in the
1800s. We
1800s.
want to get to the 1930s here.
Yeah,
That's
I think
around
the
when I had
1930s is the way to go. I just got there myself. There's John Alcock.
What?
There's Arthur Brown.
Oh, cock and bro!
They're
Doing
back again, folks.
Doing a good old St. Paul sandwich. Those two.
Wait a minute. I don't think that they did.
Oh, yes, they did.
I'm seeing a lot of names on here.
So many names.
You know which name I'm not seeing?
Wrong way, Corrigan.
Yeah, that's the one I'm not seeing.
All right, fantastic.
Oh, no.
We might have to get something more specific, like transatlantic flight.
What? That's what you suggested last time.
I know, and I wish I had listened to myself.
You should have pushed for it, man.
I really should have.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've gone all the way through that. There's a section that's like 1918 to 1939.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Corrigan on there. By the way, for those of you that don't listen to the podcast, we're not allowed to use Control F. That's why we're not doing it. In case you're sitting here thinking like, why the hell don't they just Control F?
That would save so much
Stupid.
time.
What he flew at the same time as Howard Hughes, not Lindbergh.
Howard Hughes. But Howard Hughes is probably on here. Didn't he do the Spruce Goose?
Yeah,
he did the Spruce Goose.
He did. But do we think that his page would have this guy?
The Spruce Goose?
No, not the Spruce Goose.
It's going to have the Spruce
Would
Goose
it have
for
Wrong
sure.
Way Corrigan?
I don't know. It might. I think that's why I think like transatlantic flight might be a better option for us because that's what Wrong Way Corrigan did.
Do you see transatlantic flight on here?
Well, it might not be on here, but Lindbergh's going to be on here. We can get to it through that.
I mean, I guess that we
Right?
can. When was the first? That was the first transatlantic flight, right? So we're not going to see anything.
The first
earlier.
light-of-the-air crossings of the Atlantic were made by airships in July 1919 by His Majesty's airship R-34.
Oh, okay.
R-34 is linked.
Did you? But crossing the Atlantic, not?
No, it is not.
Awesome.
You know what else crossed the Atlantic?
What's up?
The Hindenburg.
Okay.
Too soon,
yeah,
Phil?
right. Why you keep bringing up disasters?
I'm sorry.
Dave, what did you say?
Oh, I was just adding a slide whistle sound to add on to, all the tragedies that we've talked about so far.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Really appreciate that.
All right, then.
Super appreciate that. Okay.
There is history of aviation in the world wars, as pointed out by Aaron Tarnow.
Yeah.
That is the specific period we are looking for.
But the
1918 to
World Wars
1939.
famously didn't
Yeah,
start until
I-
1939.
No, I-
When did Corrigan fly? 38.
38. So
All right.
I was looking at 1918 through 1939, and I did not see his name in here.
Well, the main article.
Oh, aviation between the world wars.
That's
I
the
see.
one we
That's
want
what
to
you
click
said.
on.
I
And
just
that's
heard-
why Dave Forman's the best
Sorry,
in the biz,
I just
folks.
heard between the world wars.
Dave
well done, Dave.
Forman
You're right.
and his assistant Aaron Tarnow made it go.
That was all Aaron.
Let's do it.
Double your pay, fellas.
Let's go there.
2 times 0.
Aviation.
All right,
2
here we
times 0
go.
is still
Sometimes
0.
dubbed the Golden Age of Aviation, the
Ah,
period
yes.
in the history of aviation between World War I, 1918,
Yes.
and the beginning of World War II, 1939.
Sure.
Or it really got started in 41 when the U.S. got involved.
Okay, I don't think
All right.
that's right, but it's a interesting perspective.
Oh, I'm sorry for loving my country.
You went to public
Hey,
school,
we're really
public
good
school in
at
the
war.
80s,
Is that
didn't
my
you?
fault? No.
Okay. Oh man, it's not here.
What do you mean it's not here?
Civil
here.
aviation. Charles Lindbergh, Alcock and Brown, Sir Charles Kingford Smith, and Amy Johnson are all linked on here.
Amy Johnson was a pioneering English pilot who was the first woman to fly solo from London to Australia. Sadly, she did not make the mark in history that Amelia Earhart did because she landed safely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. What was she thinking?
You're never going to make headlines by landing a plane safely.
Not actually
right.
accomplishing what you wanted to do.
No, there we go. All right, so there's barnstorming. There's Air Forces.
There's nothing here, man.
There's the Schweitzer brothers.
Whose idea was this?
Rick Sebak's. It's his fault. It's his fault. All right, so I feel like
He didn't want it to be easy to get to, and mission accomplished.
Succeeded.
Rick.
He's gonna sleep like a baby tonight.
Yeah,
He's like,
he sure is.
I showed those idiots. I hope you're walking months from now and you hear this podcast, Rick, and you're just laughing delightfully while thumbing your fingers together like Montgomery Burns from The Simpsons.
Should we go to Lindbergh? I think that's the way to go.
Or should we go to Alcock and Brown? They made the first non-stop transatlantic flight in June 1919.
But they went the other way.
So?
Just
Did
saying.
Lindbergh go the right way? Like,
He didn't
first
go
of
the
all,
wrong way.
I feel like this is
They'd have
ridiculous.
called him wrong way Lindbergh.
Yeah, I feel like they should have called him a Nazi because that's what he was. But that's
Not
not
to
a
put too
smash.
fine a
He was
point on it.
He was a card-carrying. He loved Hitler.
All right.
Um,
You want to go to Alcock and Brown?
I love going to Alcock and Brown because I've never heard of them before this moment.
All right.
I always thought Lindbergh was like, and also they flew to Ireland.
There's going to
So
be a
there we
lot
go.
more on Lindbergh's page.
I know,
Just
but
saying.
it's mostly going to be about his kidnapped child. It's true.
All
It's
right.
that. Hey, Nazis get their
All
kids
right.
kidnapped
Alcock
too.
and Brown?
Alcock and Brown.
Alcock and
Let's go. Here we
Brown.
go.
The transatlantic flight of Alcock and Brown.
Look at the man. We're making the people happy.
Hey, the people love it. Okay.
They were also Nazis. It should
Listen.
be pointed out. They were also terrible, terrible people.
No, Alcock and Brown, not you.
Oh yeah. No. We have a huge Hitler Youth contingent in the audience tonight. Sorry for those of you listening to the podcast.
Why
you
do you
don't
feel
see
like
all
we
the
have to play to
swastika
them? I
irons.
don't feel like that's fair.
I love all my audience.
All right.
All right.
No, you
Here
can't.
we go.
All right. Transatlantic flight is linked on here.
I love it.
So unless Wrong Way Corrigan is linked here, which maybe
It could be under the sea also. I'm going to go straight to the bottom of the page because that's kind of
that's
my
what you do.
thing.
That's your thing.
I love it. Straight to the
Is
bottom.
he there?
Just
Did you
like
find
my
him?
Standards. Did who find what?
Did you find Wrong Way
I'm
Corrigan?
I'm in the forbidden external link section.
Okay.
I
Yeah, don't go there. We can't go to the external links.
See also.
Lindbergh's on here.
Lists of first in aviation. He wouldn't be on that. R-34
Okay.
airship.
Anything?
No.
No?
No.
All right.
No.
All right.
No.
Then we're going to transatlantic flight. That is such a tough thing to say when you have had like 3 drinks.
Here we go.
Transatlantic flight.
I love it.
Very
Click on
top of the
that one.
page, right?
There's also other crossings.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You're getting to the
Fantastic.
same place.
Let's do it. Transatlantic flight. Here we are.
Transatlantic flight.
There's a flight of an aircraft across the Atlantic Ocean.
This is if he's not
From-
on this, then a page does not exist.
No.
That's
There we
my.
go.
Are you, you've seen
yeah.
the page?
They've already.
Oh, okay. We're good. Then you know it exists.
Everybody in the audience has already solved this on their iPhone, and they're like, "When are these idiots gonna get there?"
Took them 3 steps.
Here we
and
go.
Here we are. So Alcock and Brown. I'm just going past Alcock and Brown. 27, 28.
29, 30.
You find it? Did you find it? 36, 37?
What? Who? When? How? Why?
I still don't see it.
All right. Ooh, Valery Chekalov.
Did you find it?
No.
Okay.
Unless that was a nickname for Wrong Way Corrigan.
Might have been.
Probably not.
We don't know.
Oh.
What was his first name? Douglas? Douglas Corrigan?
Commercial airship flights.
That's what we really want to find is Douglas Corrigan. Oh my gosh, I'm in 1939 already.
Oh no, that's too far. Go back.
This can't be right. This can't be right.
Oh.
What's happening? Is this really in chronological order? Oh no, it is. Oh no.
Oh no.
Jethro!
What?
What's happening?
Why are you yelling at me? You should be yelling at Rick Sebak.
What are we supposed to do? I'm not going to yell at Rick Sebak. He's a national treasure.
Then let's yell at Dave.
I'm going to
Forman
yell
for
at
no
you.
reason.
Oh, Dave's great too.
Oh, so
He's
many things.
He's a national treasure.
He really is.
But not like Not like the Nick Cage one.
Oh, not at all. I'm going to go down to. Oh wait, there's so many. Oh wait, there's another section here.
There is?
There of other firsts and
What is it?
solos and this and that
Yes?
and the other thing.
Yes?
Don't
The
get
30s?
Don't
I see the
get
30s.
excited. Don't get excited.
I'm
for
already
heaven's
excited.
sakes.
I can't calm myself.
All right. Well, have a sip of that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Super
Seminole.
punch. There we go. Have some of that cough syrup. Baby's going to go to
Mhm.
sleep.
All right.
We're at a loss.
How is this possible?
Early transatlantic flights. 1938, short Mercury.
Yeah?
No, that's not it. There is one in 38 called the Focke-Wulf 200. I'm not making that up. I'm mispronouncing it certainly, but it is the Focke-Wulf FW 200.
I would say you definitely
that flew
are.
from Stockton to Floyd Bennett in 24 hours and 56 minutes.
Jethro, if the page for transatlantic flight doesn't have him, where are we going?
That is very exciting. I don't know. It's a question that we all have to answer. Ooh, what a mystery for us all.
What, Rick? What was his other Pittsburgh connection? No, that's not going to help us.
Too many famous people.
I thought
from
he had
Toronto.
2 Pittsburgh connections, didn't he? Oh, then
Oh, yeah,
South Park.
South
Then
Park.
Should we go to South Park and find the road? go geographical at this point.
Lord. All right, here we are on the transatlantic flight page, and not a goddamn thing
Is this possible?
points to Wrong Way Corrigan, who was famous for this one thing involving a transatlantic flight. Wow.
Was there something else? Did he invent something? Did he invent a way to get home?
All right, Rick.
Oh my God, he's getting up.
Rick's leaving.
Oh,
Rick's
he's
leaving.
going back to the mic.
Oh no, he's going back to the mic.
This is bad news.
gonna
We've never
drop
had a
some
guest come
knowledge.
back and scold
Oh
us.
no. This is bad. Hey
What-
Rick, how you doing?
What's going on, man?
Good.
Yeah.
A correct and easy solution has been suggested, but was ignored.
Oh.
Oh
which
boy.
is one of the joys of
That-
the podcast.
That means that it's almost certainly been suggested.
It was one of my
by
ideas.
you,
Perfect.
and I've ignored it.
Yeah, what was it?
Oh, should I just tell you that, or
You can.
At this
why don't
point,
you give
yeah,
us
there's
tantalizing
a
clues?
show that starts in here in
Okay,
9 minutes.
Lindbergh.
So yeah.
I
Lindbergh.
had a long discussion about this today at WQED with Ash Warren, who's one
Okay.
of our editors who was working there, and I was talking to her about this, and she said, "Yes, go with Wrong Way Corrigan, but be careful what you tell."
Oh, there's
Okay?
more.
There's more. There's a
Was he
small
involved in the
detail
daycare murders?
which I left out of the
Oh,
thing.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, what was that?
That was as a teenager working as I mentioned that he was an airplane mechanic.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
In San Diego. He helped build the Spirit of St. Louis.
That seems important.
Wow. Wow.
That seems. So if we just gone to Lindbergh, like I said, instead of these ridiculous.
He also took the wheel holders out when Lindbergh flew away.
Oh, he
Wow.
pulled the chucks.
Wow. I'll tell you what.
Where's Lindbergh?
Wow.
Where is he? I
Man.
know he's on this page. Where is he?
No, he's on here on the right.
I know he is. Where is
There-
he?
And more importantly, there is a link directly to the Spirit of St. Louis.
Aha. Oh, you think that's better?
I don't know. Do I, Ray?
I think Lindbergh's a better way to go. Oh, no, because we can get to both from either. I don't know. What do you want to do? Spirit of St. Louis or Lindbergh?
Well, now to be fair, Rick said that a correct path had been suggested and then rudely swept aside by me.
Yeah, and that was Lindbergh.
Yeah, so I never suggested. All right, so let's go with Lindbergh.
Well, in worst case, we can get to the Spirit of St. Louis through Lindbergh, right?
Facts. All
Okay.
right, Charles Lindbergh,
So,
famous American Nazi sympathizer.
very famous. Very famous. A lot of things linked on
Don't
this
woo
page.
that. Child?
Maybe they just like Lindbergh. From there's a picture of him. Maybe. Oh, look, he was born in Detroit. That's
Look
where
at
you
that.
are.
Hey, I live there now.
Yeah.
But it's not all Nazis there.
Oh well.
Not anymore. Not
Oh,
since
not
Lindbergh
all.
died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some
Woo!
not.
All right.
All
right.
Okay, airmail pilot. He was an airmail pilot.
Spirit of St. Louis.
There it is. Looks like
Doo-doo-doo.
Donald A. Hall is on there. That was the chief engineer.
Look at that.
That's not going to help us.
Not at all.
The flight, let's see. It does not say who pulled the...
Dingle Bay and
pulled the
County
trucks.
Kerry of Western Ireland.
Yeah?
It's just fun to say, Dingle Bay.
Okay. Thunderhead is on here. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I think if we've gotten into his actual flight, we're not going to see anybody who helped build the plane.
See also.
Unless maybe he was an improviser. He was building the plane
That's
as
right.
he was flying.
He was doing bits.
That's a thing that you say when you're an
Hilarious.
improviser to make people understand
Actually,
what
the
improvising is
transatlantic
like.
flight was just the longest sweep edit in existence. All right, that's a very inside
Very
joke.
niche. That was
For
very
two
niche.
people in the front row and no one else.
Yep. They love. What? What have you found? Where?
See also at the bottom of the page.
Of course, you went straight to the bottom of the page.
Of course, because I enjoy a good St. Paul sandwich like
Doesn't make
just
sense.
like my good friends Alcock and Brown.
Where? Oh,
Douglas Corrigan.
Douglas Corrigan in
There
the
it
sea
is.
also. There he is, Douglas Corrigan! Ah, you beautiful son of a bitch!
We never would have made it without Rick Sebak.
Oh my God! Thank
Wow.
you, Rick, for helping us. He died in 1995.
Wow.
Holy cow!
He was old.
That was like 5 years ago, right?
I know.
1995.
That was
That's
very long
amazing.
ago.
Nickname Wrong Way. There he is. Well, this has been fantastic.
Oh.
From us going the wrong way 1,000 times.
Oh, in tribute to Wrong Way Corrigan.
Yeah, to hearing from Rick. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This was a delight.
How about a delightful hand for
Yeah.
all of our wonderful guests, for
everybody?
Rick Sebak,
Exactly.
for Katie Tarara, Dave Forman in the booth, Aaron Tarnow, our technical and spiritual
But
advisor.
Jethro, we have to see which of us came the closest with our guests.
Oh my God! I
So-
can't imagine it
So
was me.
I don't even know how
I
many
guessed
links.
a finite number.
I don't even know how many links it took us because I haven't been keeping track. Dave, have you been keeping track of how many links it
I
was?
started and then I stopped.
You stopped. So we don't even know?
We went from Morgan Stanley.
No, we can't walk through the whole thing again. Don't worry about it.
can't. All right.
Jethro, how many did you guess?
My prediction was 8.
You guessed 8.
And what did you guess?
I guessed 6.
You guessed
You
6.
win.
I win!
You are absolutely closer because there's no way it took us less than 8.
Well, wow, this has been an amazing experience.
It has.
This is so much more fun with people listening and laughing.
It really
and
is.
Not just on a Zoom call.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
thank you for bringing your human presence to this. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Matt, for suggesting that we do a live one.
For
I think
sure,
it was
man.
a great idea.
Thanks
I
for
know
doing it.
I shit on a lot of your ideas, but this was a great one.
Yeah, see, it worked.
Yeah, wonderful. And thank you again to Rick and Katie and Dave and Aaron and everybody for making this happen. We hope you have a delightful, delightful evening. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody. Thanks so much.
Thank you.